Greetings everyone, my name is Exhale and today I wanted to showcase the top 10 most interesting, unique characters in CK3. You probably saw a dozen videos, posts and you yourself could know many well-known characters from the game. Haizhou, the Habsburgs, Alfred of Wessex, etc. Everyone knows these guys. Today I wanted to show you important figures from history that either barely or not even mentioned. Buckle up, grab some high-calorie junk food and let's dive in.
Rock and Stone!
Number 1. Jarl Haste. Number 1. Dukes of Savoy, 1066 and 1178. The Savoy dynasty's descendant became the rulers of Sardinia-Piedmont in 1720. Later, the Savoyards annexed the rest of Italy and unified it under a single banner. They also had a unique motto similar to House Habsburg's IEAOU and House Canessa's "When the dog finishes the bones, the House of Canessa will end." Their unique motto is Fert, which could have several meanings. By the way, if you know any more unique mottos, please share them down in the comments below. As the Savoyards, you have several options. You could restore Italy as your descendants did in history, or maybe even you could go for the Roman Empire. Number 2. The Last Fatimid, 1178. The Fatimid Caliphate was one of the most powerful Shia Islamic empire in history. Founded in the 10th century, it ruled over significant portions of North Africa, Egypt and the Levant, with Cairo as its capital. The Fatimids claimed direct descent from Fatima, the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, giving them immense religious legitimacy. By the 12th century, however, the caliphate was in steep decline. Internal divisions, economic strain, and military weakness left Egypt vulnerable. This collapse culminated with the rise of Salah ad-Din, who abolished the Fatimid Caliphate in 1171 and restored Sunni rule in Egypt. The last Fatimid heirs were imprisoned, sidelined, or quietly eliminated. Stripped of power and legitimacy, the final members of the dynasty lived out their days in captivity or obscurity. You are one of them. You could try to restore Fatimid power or run away and try to survive on Iceland, for example. But you are the last hope of your dynasty. The Flemish Dynasty and the Latin rule of Constantinople, 867. During the chaos of the Fourth Crusade in the early 13th century, Western Crusaders, many of them from Flanders and northern France, captured Constantinople, the capital of the Byzantine Empire. Instead of continuing to the Holy Land, they established the Latin Empire of Constantinople. The sacking, occupying did not help the Byzantines, who had a major threat in the shape of the Seljuks, later Ottomans. They had a little push from a certain blind gentleman who really hated the Byzantines. For a brief period, Latin rulers governed one of the most ancient imperial cities on earth, controlling part of Greece and Asia Minor. This regime struggled constantly, just like the Byzantines, facing rebellion, financial collapse and resistance from the Byzantine successor states. In 1261, the Byzantines reclaimed Constantinople, ending the short-lived Latin rule. I mentioned 867 and not 1178 because by the time of the Fourth Crusades, your original house has already died out, and it was actually a cadet branch, a cadet house that took over the Byzantines and established the Latin Empire. In this playthrough, you should go for a Fourth Crusade lore play and act as you are supposed to, and install Latin rule over the Byzantines and try not to succumb to any rebellions. Number 4. House Aleramici. Fragmented ambition. 1066 and 1178. House Aleramici emerged in northern Italy during the early Middle Ages, ruling territories across Piedmont and Liguria. The Aleramici of Montferrat are in-laws of the Capetians, Stoifer, Comnenoi, and Palaeologus. In real life, one of the foremost Crusader dynasties, they were participants in 4 crusades and leaders in 2, and the central opponent to the 13th century Angevin push into Italy. Lore play-wise, you should go with Crusader states. You will be fragmented, small, but a notable, influential family. Number 5. Wangs of Korea. 867. The Wang dynasty ended the chaos of Korea's later Three Kingdoms period and laid the foundation for a unified Korean state. The family's rise began with Chakchekun, followed by his son Leong. Their lineage culminated with Wang Taizhou, a naval commander turned warlord who unified the Korean peninsula in 936 and founded the Kingdom of Koryo, from which the modern name Korea is derived, ruling through a blend of Buddhism, centralized administration, Confucian influence, and alliances with regional elites. The Wang dynasty shaped Korean identity and governance for nearly 5 centuries. You should aim to unite Korea, and also don't forget to marry your son to his historical wife. You should make preparations against the Mongols, since they are right at your doorstep, so you won't become a tributary state. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to see more content from me. Number 6. Zhao Tiao of Haizhou. 867. Play as the ancestral figure of the Song dynasty, representing the family's rise from regional obscurity to imperial power. Many generations before the founding of the dynasty, Zhao Tiao belonged to a modest household in eastern China, far removed from the great centers of power. His descendants steadily advanced through military and civilian service during the chaotic late Tang and Five Dynasties periods. This gradual ascent culminated with Zhao Kuangyin, who founded the Song dynasty in 960. You should try to take over the Tang dynasty and establish the Song dynasty while making sure you have good grades. Number 7. Stewart Stewards. 1178. Alan Stewart, known as Alan Fitzwater of the House of Stewart, was one of the most important dynasties in British history. His son, Walter FitzAlan, was appointed 3rd High Steward of Scotland, a hereditary office that gave the family its name, Stewart. Over generations, the Stewarts transformed this administrative role into political dominance, steadily expanding their influence among the Scottish nobility. In 1371, the family ascended the throne with Robert II, beginning a royal line that would later rule not only Scotland, but also England and Ireland. From obscure continental origins, the Stuarts became one of Europe's most enduring and consequential royal house. Take over England and try not to lose it to Hanover takeovers, otherwise you should start making friends with Poland.
Mark me, I will take my own life if I am forced to live in God-forsaken Poland.
Number 8. The Angevins. 1066. The second house of Anjou, also known as the House of Gâtinais, ruled Anjou as counts and later Jerusalem as kings. From this line emerged the Plantagenet dynasty, which during its reign was the most powerful house in medieval Europe and ruled England from 1154 to 1399. The Gâtinais Angevins were genealogically connected to the first house of Anjou, and through later dynastic ties they can also be linked to the third house of Anjou, which belonged to the Robertine Capetian dynasty, though the latter was a separate royal line. The first house of Anjou, also known as the Angevins, were the Counts of Anjou between 930 and 1060, followed by the second house of Anjou that took over after the first house's male line died out. The third house of Anjou ruled the Kingdom of Sicily, later the Kingdom of Naples, the Kingdom of Hungary, and the Kingdom of Poland. In the 1066 start date, you could play as two Anjou brothers. I would advise you to play as Falk, since he is the ancestor of the Angevin kings. Oh yeah, and there was also a fourth house of Anjou. Number 9, the Lost Cousins. House Duo, 1178. House Duo was the ruling dynasty of Old Great Bulgaria, one of the earliest Bulgar states formed in the 7th century under Khan Kubrat. Claiming steppe nomadic origins and sacred legitimacy from Attila, the duo unified Bulgar tribes north of the Black Sea, creating a powerful nation that balanced between Byzantium, the Avars, and the Turkic world. After Kubrat's death, the state fractured under external pressure and the Bulgar people dispersed. From this collapse emerged successor states, the First Bulgarian Empire and most notably Volga Bulgaria, founded by Bulgar groups who migrated north along the Volga River. Volga Bulgaria became a wealthy and stable state centered on trade, connecting the Islamic world with the northern forests and steppe. In the west, Hungary was the only country that kept constant connection with them since the 10th century. While politically distinct from Old Great Bulgaria, it preserved Bulgar identity and legacy, eventually adopting Islam and remaining a major regional power until the Mongol invasions of the 13th century. In this playthrough, you should seek out your long-lost cousins while keeping an eye on the eastern horizon. Number 10. The Pandyas of Madurai. Every start date. The Pandya dynasty was one of the oldest ruling houses of South India, centered in the Tamil region and deeply involved in the Indian Ocean trade, especially in pearls and spices. Asoka the Great was a member of this dynasty in the 3rd century BCE. After the brutal Kalinga War, he embraced Buddhism and transformed his rule, promoting non-violence, religious tolerance, and moral governance. His edicts, carved on pillars and rocks across his empire, remain one of the earliest surviving records of state policy in South Asia. Over the centuries, their power rose and fell. Under the rule of Kadungo, they rose from their ashes after a period of decline caused by foreign invasions and internal collapse, marking the beginning of a new era in the Tamil-speaking region. Become elephant lords, deal in trade, and watch out for any colonizational force. I hope you enjoyed this video. Which character was the most interesting to you? Did I miss out your favorite start? Make sure to share them down in the comments below. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye. Ruling territories across Piedmont and Liguria. In-laws of the Capetians, Stoifer, Komnenoi, and Paleologos. Nem bazd meg, Eci. Hogy Paleologos. In-laws of the Capetians, Stoifer, Komnenoi, and Paleologos. Tehát Plantagenet. From this line emerged the Plantagenet dynasty. Még egyszer, tehát Plantagenet. Nem Plantagenet, hanem Plantagenet. From this line emerged the Plantagenet dynasty. In Ingelgerians. The first house of Anjou, also known as the Ingelgerians, under the rule of Kadungo. Jesus, what is going on? Kadungo. Under the rule of Kadungo,